Yo, this one's for all these small business owners and brands on Instagram who want to grow organically with the algorithm. We are talking about growing your account so you can get more customers. My friend, I've got a ton of new information straight from Instagram, and we're going to be breaking it down in this video. Let's get into it. Hi friend, welcome back to my channel for content creators and entrepreneurs. Let's talk about how the Instagram algorithm works in 2021. Back in January, I posted a super detailed video that explained how the algorithm worked. You can see that video here. And in the past couple of weeks, the head of Instagram confirmed the strategies I talked about in that algorithm video, but he gave even more insight on it all. So I'm super excited to dig into that with you today. He said it's Instagram's way of trying to be more transparent about the way that the app works, which, woohoo, that's totally something we could all use right now. Am I right? Before we jump in, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button and like this video, and let's get started. According to our pal Adam, the Instagram algorithm is actually many algorithms working together to help a user make the most of their time spent on Instagram. So everything is super personalized to the person who's doing the scrolling, the liking, the engaging. That's why you see what you see when you hop on the gram. But each different feature of Instagram actually uses a different algorithm when it is serving you, the user, content. So there's one algorithm for feed and stories. There's another algorithm for the explore page, and there's another algorithm for reels. Let's jump in and look at how the Instagram algorithms decide what a user sees. And then after we break down each one, we'll talk about what this means for you as a business owner and like what you should do. So here's how the algorithm works when serving you content in feed and stories. Adam calls this the core order of operations. First, the algorithm will check on what is available when a user opens the app. It looks at all the posts and stories that haven't been seen from accounts that user follows. Then it assesses what the user might be interested in based on their previous behavior. That's step one. Step two, the algorithm collects all the information about the content and posts and stories that are available. And then it takes what the user was interested in the past and creates a score for each individual post or story that's available, based on how interested the user will be in each one of those posts. In this step two, the most important features that are taken into account are information about the post itself, information about the author of the post, information about the user's activity, and the user's interaction history. Now I know that's a lot, let's break this down further. Information about the post includes a few different things. It includes the type of content that is shared. For example, is it a photo or is it a video? What is the subject matter of the post? Like, is it about parenting or business? How much engagement has the post received, aka number of likes, shares, saves? That is information about the post itself. Information about the author of each individual post includes, are they a friend of the user? And does that account post often? Information about a user's activity looks at things like, does the user actively engage with a lot of photos, or do they watch a lot of video? So it looks at the types of content a user is usually engaging with and consuming. User interaction history looks at how a user has interacted with the accounts that they follow. Information like, do they tend to comment on a lot of one account's stuff in the past? Or do they like a lot of photos that a certain account posts? So that is the information that the algorithm takes into account when it's evaluating what to show a user in their feed and their stories. One additional note on feed posts, the algorithm uses all the information we just talked about, and then it tries to predict what you like. But they can't completely understand this, so they rely on proxies. What the heck does that mean? The algorithm predicts how a user is going to interact with a post based on 5 things: the amount of time spent on the post, how likely you are to like it, how likely you are to comment on it, how likely you are to save it, and how likely you are to tap on the profile. From there, the algorithm takes all those numbers and information and gives each piece of content a score based on how much they predict a user will be interested in each post. That's the feed and stories algorithm, and that's why it's ordered in the order that you see every time you open up the app. Now, what does this mean for us as business owners? Here's a few tips. When our content is being considered by the algorithm, it is going to take all of these things into account. So focusing on creating high quality content that is valuable and relevant to your ideal customer is going to be very important. Post content your ideal person wants to like, comment on, save, and share. And if you're posting photos or static images, you'll definitely want to include valuable captions so people spend longer time viewing your post. Posting video content is also going to be so important here because this naturally elevates the amount of time someone spends looking at your post. And also because videos are more engaging in general. If you missed last week's video, I'll link it here. Make sure you watch it after you watch this video so that you know how to handle the fact that Instagram is totally gonna start prioritizing video content over any other type of content. But another thing you'll want to gear your feed posts and stories towards is to try and make them intriguing enough for people to tap and visit your profile to see what else you have to offer on your page, because that is another important factor that Adam mentioned. So those are some tips for us business owners to get our content higher on feed and stories. Let's talk about the Explore page algorithm. This is like the holy grail of Instagram for business owners. You want your content to show up on other people's Explore page because this is a great way to get your content discovered by more people who aren't already following you. Most of what a user sees on the Explore page is not from accounts they already follow, but of content that the algorithm thinks you'll be interested in. So here's how that algorithm determines what is seen on a user's Explore page. Step 1, the algorithm tries to figure out what a user might be interested in. It does this through a process that Adam called collaborative filtering. That's basically where the app looks at all the posts a user has liked in the past and accounts who shared those posts. Then they look for other people who also like those same posts and followed those same accounts. Then the algorithm fans out to see what else those people like and who they follow. So to summarize, the first step of whether the algorithm chooses to include your post on someone else's Explore page is this. It starts by trying to define this group of people who like similar content to what you post. Next, the algorithm looks at these things to see if your content will rank in someone's Explore page. And these are listed in the order of importance. First, the app looks at information about the post, aka how many likes it has, etc. Second, the algorithm looks at a user's history of interaction with the author. For example, whether a user has interacted with your content before. Third, it looks at the user's activity. This includes the user's interests and the subject matter of the posts that they tend to view. It also includes the medium or format of posts that they prefer. So if someone tends to watch a lot of video, Instagram will recommend more video content to them. Fourth, the app looks at information about the author. That's you. What are you posting about, and do you post often? Then the Explore page algorithm looks at all the posts it might rank for a single user in Explore, and they predict how likely that user will be to like, save, or share those posts. And all of that gets wrapped up into a guess. So the biggest difference in how your content is ranked on a user's Explore page or in their feed is how the algorithm first looks at that pool of content that it can choose from. This means you should be looking for other creators or business owners that are similar to you and make content that is similar to theirs. Do not make the same content, but you want Instagram to recognize that your content and your account is similar so that it will recommend your content to your ideal customers who already follow bigger and more established brands. Another thing to keep in mind if you want to rank on the Explore page is to post often. Let's talk about how Reels are ranked in the Instagram algorithm in 2021. Reels were first and foremost designed to entertain. Adam, the head of the gram, says that Reels are mobile-first videos, so you need to film them in that vertical aspect ratio. The algorithm for Reels is really interesting. On the Reels tab, Instagram doesn't recommend Reels because you follow someone. They look for Reels that they think you might be interested in. So that's the first step that the Reels algorithm goes through. It's similar to the process in the Explore page. It fans out and looks at similar content to those that a user is interested in. Then it will look at the user's activity and what they tend to like and watch. For example, do they like dance videos, or do they like funny videos or tips videos? Then the algorithm will look at interaction history. It takes into account if a user has interacted with your content before, or if someone has liked or watched a lot of your Reels in the past, or if they have liked a lot of your content. Adam says this is really important. Then the algorithm looks at the information about the Reel itself. How long is the Reel? When was it posted? There's lots of steps here. Then it looks at information about the author, you, in a similar way that it would do for feed or Explore or stories. The algorithm then will order it in a way that it thinks the user will be most interested, and it's constantly learning as a user scrolls. So for Reels, you need to jump on those trends. You need to create content that your ideal customer has a history of interacting with or being interested in. If I were starting from scratch, I would make a variety of content, tips, dance and point, funny videos, wow factors. In my Reels roadmap program, we break them down into 4 categories: easy informational, direct to camera, trending, and wow factor. If you want to learn more about that program, it is linked in the description below. And one more thing, you want to get your audience to watch your Reels for at least 3 seconds. The app will not count a view as a view unless someone watches for 3 full seconds. That's the Reels algorithm. One last important thing, the whole goal Instagram has is to serve personalized content that each user will be interested in. This is why you have to understand your ideal customer. You want your content to be personalized to them. If you like this video, leave me a comment below and introduce yourself and your business. Let's network. And hit that like and subscribe button while you're at it. And if you use any of the tips that I shared today, please tag me on Instagram. I love connecting with you. Happy brand building, my friend. I'll catch you in the next video.